What's going on, guys? Winner Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new post commentary duel videos. Today we've got an exciting, super never before seen matchup in the history of YouTube, in the history of this channel ever. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Zoodiac mirror match, of course, post June 12th banlist. No Norden, no fusion substitute, none of that garbage. Just good old pure Zoo. I think maybe Kaiju-Zoo on the left and Pure Zoo on the right, piloted by none other than yours truly. With the custom playmat, the Pokemon sleeves, looking quite stylish. Yeah, but I'm sure, as most of you know, that I am currently in Florida at the moment, while you're watching this. And that videos will be scarce for a time until I get back, but I will have stuff going up as opposed to not having anything going up for about the week or so that I'm gone. So I'm at least happy I'm able to get you guys something to watch. And if you watch the Open Game State video, I don't know when that's going up in regards to this one, but Open Game State episode 4, if you haven't watched that, you probably should check it out. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing, you're crazy. A lot of great feedback on that series. You guys should definitely be checking it out. But there I basically talk about a whole variety of stuff. And aside from that, when I get back, I'd like to record some Mermail matches for you guys. But as you see here, the board wipe helping me out tremendously going against this turn 1 field. And a Twin Twister as well, getting the job done to set up my Daigusto Emerald and my Zoodiac Trident. And see, we got Max C in hand and a set Solemn Strike. The game should be over, right? During this turn, I used Whiptail to attach to my Trident. And there's Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. What do I not have when I need it? How fucking convenient. I do not have my body as a shield for that to come in clutch here. And he's going to activate Slumber to get himself a Gameciel on my side of the board and a Jizakiro on his, giving him an 1100 attack bonus over my Kaiju to the one that he has chosen to give himself. And we'll see Fire Formation Tanky come down on his side of the field, much like we have on mine, grabbing Zoodiac Thoroughblade. Thoroughblade pitching Whiptail. Gonna see an overlay here, possibly for Tiger Mortar or something along the lines of that. Maybe a miscellaneous material and then into Tiger Mortar, but gonna save some resources, it looks like, since he is under Maxi technically. The Raigeki clearing the field. He's gonna chain his Trident in response to might as well get rid of the Tanky, but it's fine, I've got another one. I'll let him use the resource. The Zoodiac Rat Pierre coming to the hand once again. He's really good for points like this. When you don't have the option to go for the Zoo combo, you can send Zoo combo to the graveyard for you to keep your plays going even longer. I think his Foolish ability is almost just as powerful as his ability to summon himself from the deck, or herself. Whether it is a he or she, I probably shouldn't assume it's gender. LMAO, the memes are real. Tiger Mortar coming down into Broad Bolt. It's met with a Book of Moon. Setting it face down, won't be able to use any searching effects from my Broad Bolt. So I will set another card through my own bidding face down. During his turn, I will activate the Zoo combo. I don't see why that's a reason I should have waited to use it, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it immediately here to get myself a draw. Hopefully I draw into some sort of hand trap. Maybe a Ghost Ogre to help disrupt some plays. That's probably why I ended up doing that. This video was recorded, probably a couple weeks ago. And it's just been sitting in my unedited folder for quite some time. I don't know why. I've been trying to give you guys some variety. So I figured I'd hold off on the Zoodiac mirror and save this one for last. So my good friend there on the left, he's been wondering, where's this duel video event? Don't worry, it's finally uploaded now. Another Kaiju going over top of the set Broad Bolt, getting that out of the way. Don't want to take any chances, want that off the board. Do not want to give me the chance to be able to flip that up next turn, possibly get a search, and then get myself a free overlay into a card like Trident. Do not want that. Whiptail transforming into Broadbull, and it's met with my Solemn Strike. He'll summon a Kamungus to his side of the field, and it basically at this point it becomes a game of beat sticks. Who has got the higher attack monster? Who can disrupt more than the other? It's very simplified. Discarding Whiptail for that, getting a draw. Going into Hammer Kong, going into Tiger Mortar, trying desperately to get something going here. And even if I did have a Dryden, just to pop it and immediately and kind of save some resources, it wouldn't matter too much because that Solemn Strike is going to say no regardless whether I have a Tiger Mortar to bait it out, a Broadbull, or a Dryden to try to clear his Kamungus, but he wound up winning off that beat stick that I unfortunately wasn't able to deal with. Here we are in game 2. I think I'm going to opt to go first, setting 2 back row. And I think I've opened double Dark Hole, so my hand is a little slow. But it is going to give me a couple opportunities to fight back several times. Be able to clear board after board, giving myself essentially extra turns that I shouldn't have due to a brick hand like this. But it's a brick hand that is just right to allow me to survive until I hopefully draw in something better. Solemn Strike going on the Broadbull there. Do not want his Broadbull to get off the ground. I figured he's used his normal summon. I don't want to give him an avenue to go into Giant, but he does end up having the Barrage. No hand traps, no spell trap hate to get rid of that before it is able to resolve. That's fine though. He's able to go into Rapier now. He can't pull off the complete Ram combo because that does require the normal summon of a Zoodiac Rapier, where you can use its ability to, of course, foolish any Zoodiac card from deck to grave. So he won't be able to abuse that play completely, but he will go into Chakanine and detach the summon Rat. And then he's going to go into Tiger Mortar to equip itself with the Thoroughblade Engrave, leave his Rat there, and just sort of save resources to get Dark Hold. Smart by him, though. I have the Barrage going into 3 back row. Is it going to be good? Of course not. He's got the hand trap, Ghost Ogre. And right now, I'm just trying to take pot shots where I can. Get life point damage in, and just try to go from there. At this point, I was like, I have an advantage over him. He has 3 back row that have not reacted to the summon of my Thoroughblade, and they have not reacted to my Thoroughblade attacking him. So I'm sort of thinking they're more reactive traps based on basically I need to do something in order for them to activate. And I don't want to lose my one monster. Very important in the simplified game state to have a monster, especially with a decent attack like Thoroughblade. I want to hold on to that as long as I can to be able to abuse me taking several shots to him for that 1600 damage, 1700 damage, including the fire formation tanky. So I'm going to be able to take advantage of that, not get greedy and overlay into an Ixies monster, because if it's a Solemn Strike, it's a downward hill for me. I've got Twin Twister, it looks like, in hand, but I'm debating, do I want to get rid of the board wipe, or do I want to hold on to it? I end up ditching it. Don't want to get rid of the Rat Pierre, because I would like to be able to use this Foolish Burial effect. Very, very helpful, setting Ram. Now I'm at a point where I can probably go for a Zoo combo. So I think I end up trying to take advantage of it. And I'm like, if I can just get Giant Emerald on board, I'm in a good spot. I can do without losing the extra board wipe, because the Dark Hole is not going to do me too much in this position, because I've already got an established board. I wouldn't want to Dark Hole my field anyways, and lose the monster I was trying to hold on to, which was Thoroughblade. And I add Whiptail here, going to Chakanine. Chakanine, of course, is going to revive Ram. Then I go into Dryden popping my own Ram to revive Rat Pierre from grave. All of it's going through. I'm very happy about that. Everything is working out. I'm able to get a sort of a foothold in this game. Going into Emerald. Emerald looks like it's going to be okay. Not really. Book of Moon coming in there. But now that Emerald serves as a threat. He does have an 1800 defense Ghost Ash in the field to my 1700 attack Thoroughblade. So I'll take 100 points of damage there, equipping my Dryden with the Whiptail. So I'm able to pop something during his turn. But like I said, there is a hidden threat on the board, and that is my face down Daigusta Emerald. So at the point with the Gamma Seal there, he's sort of left to choose between which one is, in his opinion, is more important to prioritize, which one he wants to get rid of. The free pop, the disruption, or the resource management on my turn that I'm able to get from that Daigusta Emerald if he cannot clear it. Dryden at this point cannot deal with it because it's face down. However, he does have the option, I think, at this point to be able to go into Broad Bull, and it's met with a solemn warning, so that will actually be able to seal it there, because at that point, if he would have been able to get the Broad Bull off, he could have, of course, gone and searched for something like Whiptail and beefed up that monster to be able to take out the Daigusta Emerald in the battle phase. Luckily, I had the solemn warning to say no to that play. And then it ends up winning me the game right there. So, good on me. Started the turn with a Ghost Ogred Ratpier sending a Zoo combo in one back row. Things have started off a little slow, unfortunately. But looks like things haven't really started off too well for him either. Ram coming down as a normal summon. That is the one guy you really don't want to see in your opening hand. I think in my build, I've only played one Ram, and I've only ever liked one Ram. I know people have played two in their builds, and I'm like, why would you want to see such a situational combo piece in your opening hand? It's something you want to search. It's something you want to send. I should say you don't want to really search your Ram, but to each their own. Solemn striking the Dryden. Don't want to have to deal with that. I've got, looks like a plethora of hand traps in my hand. I've got a Ghost Ogre and a Flying C. Thoroughblade doing its thing. Discarding Ratpier. The 1600 again is going through. A simplified game state. Main phase 2, I'm met with a Book of Moon. Wants to keep me out of Dryden. Again, not sure why. Well, maybe he did in battle phase Book of Moon, the Thoroughblade. So it's not too big of a deal. And there's the second Ram breaking his hand up, much like these hand traps are breaking my hand up. Like I like the idea of playing more hand traps in Zoo, but sometimes it just slows down the consistency of the deck that it's naturally bound to have, and you're left with a brick hand, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. I'm countering his Broad Bull search with the Ghost Ogre in hand. Again, keeping him out of the Dryden, which is the most important thing, because the Dryden will pretty much slow any attempt that I have in recovering down by a lot. So it's important to keep his Dryden off the board. Now I now have a set Forbidden Chalice and a Flying C in hand. Flying C can be a bit iffy sometimes. When do you want to drop it? When's the best time to use it? Because it is a card that can be so easily countered sometimes by things like Chalice. Barrage in this case, in this specific matchup, can be met with even Solemn Strike. If it is set, of course, in time for the card to be played. Of course, there's no set cards on his side of the field. But Whiptail will come down first, and I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to go down immediately again, trying to keep him out of the Dryden. Arguably, I could have waited for him to go into another Xyz and then into Brabble or something. But if I let him go into Brabble, I let him get a search. So I figured maybe it's not the best time to do that, and maybe now is the best time to do it immediately. Thoroughblade discarding Ratpier, getting a draw, and at this point, it's that simplified game state advantage where he's able to get more monsters on board. Dark Hole comes down. I clear the Flying C off his board. I'm like, please don't let him draw a monster. But he flips up Tanky, so he's got himself a guaranteed monster in his hand. That's Thoroughblade coming up at 1700 attack. Getting the effect at this point is just bonus. What he's really looking for is the ability to be able to put damage on, because that is how you win games in Yu-Gi-Oh! By reducing your opponent's life points to 0. The D barrier acting as a small bandage to stop him from getting off the ground, as I add a Thoroughblade to my hand as well. Of course, we'll be matching attack points. But at this point, I'm sort of forced to be able to have to go into the extra deck here, because how can I clear his monster that's the same attack as mine without going to the extra deck? So I'm trying to go into Tiger in order to get over it. I've only got a Chalice. Arguably, I could have chaliced my own monster to beat over his, but at that point, I'm in a very bad spot, and I just didn't think it was the best thing to do at that point. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this duel video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm currently on vacation at the moment, and videos may be scarce, but the videos should hopefully be able to pick back up once I get back. Check out the other videos out on this channel. Check out my other channel. Check out the social media links down in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Help keep connected. And yeah, that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And as always, Winter Kill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.